So, I guess I'll officially call the meeting to order and start with the roll call. Allie Taylor.
Here.
Zach Tamigiani.
Present.
Wendell Huggins.
Here.
Dustin Seaton.
Present.
Candace Baldwin. Aubrey Shepard. And I'm Alex Baldwin. All right, moving along. Approval of the minutes from our meeting in August. Is there any discussion you'd like to have around our what we talked about at our last meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Well, let's start, I guess, then with the approval of the meeting agenda. Was there anything on here that anyone would like to add besides what's already been recorded? Everybody good? Okay. Any old business we'd like to discuss? None? New business is pretty simple. No, I don't see any new business on here, so, okay. Well, Ms. Susan, if you want to jump on in.
I will. Doug gave me a few bullet points to update you all about some activities with Media Services Department. You might have read in the newspaper, but Media Services will begin to extend the broadcast service to Washington County Quorum Court. And he reported that Washington County voted 11-2 with one abstention in favor of appropriating the funds to cover the increase in the meeting coverage for the remainder of 2015, beginning next month in October. And then the contract for those services will go before the City Council in October as well. And upon their approval, we expect to begin providing services October 1st. There should be no budget impact to the city, and it's a good deal for everyone all around. Any questions about that? Okay. And then the request for proposal for the public access service provider has been advertised, and proposals are due October 2nd. The RFPs for both the City Hall AV upgrade and the TV Center digital upgrade are being advertised this week, and proposals will be due in the latter part of October. And I'm sure he's mentioned to you all what those upgrades are all about, going digital and upgrading all the equipment everywhere, including this room. So those are his updates, and if there are any questions, I might can answer. I'm not sure without Doug, but anybody have any questions?
Nope.
And Keith's here too. He would know something.
Hey.
Here's Mr. Shepard.
Awesome.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Shepard, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Good. Good to see you.
Sorry I was late.
It's okay.
Up at the university for an event.
That's all right.
Okay, those were the comments that Doug asked me to present.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, we don't have any discussion around that. Dan, do you want to jump in?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Kill the lights here. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here with you talking about public access in the month of August. In August, as an overview of the highlights, in August we had 23 class participations. We saw month-to-month increases in program requesters, edit bay use, studio use, and inside programs telecast in the month of August. We continue to see diverse production activity at the Television Center. We are always excited to see new programming premiered on the channel, and our online viewership is up significantly from last year. So that's an overview of what we'll be covering. So first, when it comes to the trainings that we offer, in the month of August, we offered 41 trainings. Just for clarification, so that you guys know, we're contractually obligated to offer, so it's 6 a week for 4 weeks. So it's actually 24 that we're contractually obligated. I think I got ambitious there. And then we additionally schedule classes with students based on their needs, based on our abilities, on a first-come, first-served, non-discriminatory basis, as with all of our services. So we have maintained a much higher trainings offered rate this year than we have in previous years, as you can see, and over the last 3 years, we've increased the number of trainings offered. I truly believe that this has significantly contributed to our higher participation rates that we have seen as well. So, and we do everything we can to try to accommodate the users who are interested in learning about the resources. I would also point out that the advanced courses, it's great to see advanced participations, or advanced trainings, and we'll get into how many participants we have, but being able to offer the advanced courses means that we have the opportunity for people to come back, which is very exciting. So it's nice to see those people taking advantage. For instance, you see in June and July we had advanced editing participations. When we have advanced people come back, they're coming back to learn more, and so we're always glad to have repeat customers. So in August, we had 8 participants result in the 23 participations. So that was exciting because, as it stands, that was the highest number of participations we've had in August in the last 3 years. So we are exceeding previous years' participation numbers. And so 23 participations with a 97% average test score. So over those 23 tests that we would have given, then that would be the average test score. Any questions? So here we see the last 3 years of participations, which is a chart that I have found very valuable. It's been wonderful. In 2013, we essentially doubled the participations from 2012. So if 2012 were on this chart, it would be even smaller. In 2013, we saw another repeat of our, essentially, the curves that you see are seasonal curves that we had seen in previous years as well. In 2014, we somewhat defied those curves with our valley in the summer there. And then here in 2015, we're exceeding all of the numbers that we've seen previously. So as you can see in August, in 2013, we had 10 participations. In 2014, we were around 15. And this year, we're at 23. So currently, I'll go back to this chart. As you can see, with total class participations at the bottom, we are significantly higher than we were even in our year 2013 when we doubled the previous year. So we're very excited to see more people engaging with the resources. You can also see that our no-shows and cancellations are significantly lower, which we attribute to our specific, the way we communicate with potential people. We do confirmations. We really make sure that they're on board rather than just kind of signing people up willy-nilly. People come in, they get very excited. They went, sign me up for everything, they say. And it's like, well, how about we take this one step at a time? So, yes. As far as staff training goes, in August, our Director of Education, Dave Embry, is new. This is his 2nd month in the position, and he's been doing intensive work on lynda.com about Adobe Premiere Pro and Premiere Elements. And then I'll be showing you a video later on that he cut for us this month that is an example of things that people have produced at public access, which we're very excited to share. So he's been continuing his work in those programs, and then our technical director, Flint Woods, has continued working on the application of cloud-based editing techniques in Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro has added some very cool features where with a cloud account, you can work in multiple locations on multiple devices, and it all syncs up really nicely. So working on an iPad, getting some stuff done, then when you look at it on your computer, it's ready for you there. So he's figuring out the nuances of that connectivity so that we can offer support to our users on those features. When it came to certification activity, in August we added 5 new candidate producers and 2 new certified producers. We usually have 1 certified producer a month. We were excited to have 2 certified producers in August. The candidate producer being someone who has taken classes and is qualified to use the equipment, the certified producer being someone who has completed a program for telecast. So our production activity in August included 5 new episodes of Short Takes. A new episode of On the Air with Richard S. Drake was produced. 2 new episodes of One World View. We had PSA production for both the For Fayetteville and the Protect Fayetteville campaigns, which I was very excited about. I was glad to see people from both sides of the aisle coming down to utilize the public access resources and seeing that as a valuable medium to communicate their message. So we were excited to see people from both sides there. We produced, later with Jason Sewell, episode 7 to be released the following month, and then 3 new episodes of the Bulldozer Health Review Show, which is one of our it's a newer and a more active show that we've seen recently. They've been doing some great work down at the Television Center, helping out our studio numbers. They're utilizing the studio to do essentially a podcast type show where they take call-ins. We have a phone hybrid, so they're able to take callers from all over the country and then have a call-in show from the Television Center. Here we have a chart of equipment utilization over the last year. As you can see, in March, we had a crazy spike of field camera activity that I felt like was a direct result of our accelerated educational numbers. We had a lot of people come through class, and then all of a sudden we had a lot of people checking out cameras. And then it kind of dipped back down in April, but then now I would say as of June, July, and August, this seems to be our new trend. Especially on Tuesdays and Saturdays, we have no cameras in the building. They are all being checked out. And so it's a lot of fun to walk into the equipment closet and see it empty. And every once in a while I'll pull Doug in and be like, hey, come look, empty closet. So people are checking them out, they're producing stuff, and then that stuff is ending up on the channel, which is also very exciting. People checking out equipment is exciting, but what we want to see is that material end up on the channel. And so we are seeing an increase in program submissions as well as a result of this increased equipment activity. I'll also point out that we've had an unprecedented spike in editing activity as well. As you can see, our editing activity was pretty consistent around the 25-ish sort of range, and then in this last month took a spike as well. So we're very excited about that. We have more people using Premiere Pro than we have in the past. It used to be that people just used the basic software. As a result of our advanced editing class, we do have more people using the advanced software, utilizing the cool tricks that it's able to offer. So it's very exciting to see. And so they're coming to use the editing bays at the Television Center to have access to that software.
And do they have to be Fayetteville residents?
Yes.
Because I saw the non-Fayetteville residents grandfathered in. I didn't know about that.
So when they created the resident policy, they allowed for people who were producing at that time to, if they continued to produce, to maintain a grandfathered status even though they were not residents. So that was a window that remained open when the resident policy was put into place. So currently it's Fayetteville residents, employees of Fayetteville-based nonprofits, employees of the city of Fayetteville, and then any student of a Fayetteville-based educational institution are the people who are able to utilize the resources. So in August, we did not have any formal complaints, but on the back of every test that we offer, we have a survey to make sure that we're serving the needs of the people that we are able to serve, and the average results of those surveys were, as you can see, 5 and high 4s. And so we believe that that indicates that people are having a positive experience at the Television Center, and then that one at the end is the one that we are most concerned about, feeling prepared to apply the skills. We hope that they feel like they are able to go and do what they want to do after the class. So, so we're very, very happy to see that people feel confident about that. The programming that was premiered in August was the 5 episodes of Short Takes that were produced, 2 episodes of One World View. There were 2 episodes of On the Air with Richard S. Drake. There was one that he did in his normal interview format in the studio, which was the one that I mentioned earlier, and then he also did a piece on Crystal Bridges, A Day in the Museum is what he called it. So there were 2 pieces from Richard S. Drake that we premiered in August. We premiered later with Jason Sewell, Season 2, Episode 6. And then our new outside programming included a new episode of Groovy Glass, new episode of High Five Fitness, and then new episodes of the Paul Harrell podcast. So outside programming being programming that is produced not using the public access resources. So in August, we had 657 users result in 789 sessions, total of 911 page views. So it's still kind of lower with the summer months, but at the same time, these numbers are significantly higher than they were in the previous year. That's just for the month. As you can see by locations, only 20% of those viewers were in Fayetteville, which I think is very exciting. So there's 15% that have a not set location, but then as you can see, Dallas is our next viewing market. And then we've got Bentonville and Springdale, and then New York and Chicago, Little Rock, Seoul, Korea. These are places that would not know that Fayetteville, Arkansas existed. And yet, through the miracle of the internet, they're able to tune in to Fayetteville Public Access Television and see what we have going on. So we're very excited about that. I also went ahead and did a geographical map so you can see the majority of the country we are able to tap as a result of our online streaming service. So we're very excited to have a way for people to access us outside of our city limits.
How does that not set work? Is that like a mobile device or something?
Probably. I mean, within the variables of all the different ways that people watch, there's something that Google can't catch the location on. So what we have here is what was our year-to-date online viewers last year. As you can see, we had 2,600 users result in 6,300 page views. This year, we've had 5,000 users result in almost 8,000 page views. So the numbers are up significantly when it comes to our live stream viewership. And that's, you know, we promote, we let people know that they can watch on Cox Channel 218, ATT Uverse 99, but the live stream is where we market with our social media. You know, that's the way that we're able to connect things with links, and we're able to promote that people go there, and we've seen great results from that. We've been very excited about that. When it came to promotional activity in the month of August, we had all sorts of our standards, that were our flyer distribution, social media outreach, and then organizational outreach. But then I also got a wonderful call from my friend Jay Plyburn at Channel 5 News. He is someone who has done some work at Public Access with other residents, and is very impressed with what we have going on there. And so he offered me the opportunity to come in and speak about the resources that were available.
Is there a play button you can hit?
I wish there was. That's Channel 5 intellectual property right there.
Oh, okay.
But I was able to get a screenshot. So, and did you say that you did you
Yeah,
see it?
I watched it.
What did you think?
It was good.
Cool. Great.
I was like, hey, I know that guy.
That's right. It was interesting, mainly because Jay was in Fort Smith, and I was in Fayetteville, and I was talking to the camera and listening to Jay in my ear, and it's one of those real moments where you've got to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Every little thing like that, we really, anything we can do to raise awareness, I'm always eager to have the opportunity to talk to the media. So, last time we talked about a video that we produced for Yvonne Richardson Center, and it didn't work, right? So I have included that video this time. So this is a PSA that so Dave Embry and I went to the Yvonne Richardson Center as part of their summer camp program. We went for a day to help them produce a PSA that they had written and rehearsed. And so I sat back, and then I got them oriented on the camera, and we had young people running the camera. We had them doing the whole thing up until the editing process, and then I edited it together for them. But this was a PSA that they wrote that we were very happy to help them make a reality. So it's things like that that really, I would say, make our hearts sing, you know, to be able to reach out and help another organization, you know, within the city, to be a resource for other city resources is one of the things that we definitely love doing. So, so it was a lot of fun to have the opportunity. That's available to watch on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And then, Dave Embry, our Director of Education, put together a demo reel. What we wanted to do was kind of show the wide variety of things that are happening on public access. So he created this video that we now show at the end of our orientations. Whenever someone comes in for their initial orientation, we show them this video. So as you can see, it is just a wonderful, wide variety of things that we're able to do, and the resources are cherished. And it's so much fun to connect these people with the resources and see them come in with these ideas and then have those ideas become a reality.
You show that at the end of y'all's class, is that what you said?
Yep, at orientation, and that way they get an idea. You know, it's like when we get done telling them about what they can do, it's like, where do I even start? And so having examples for them to see that you can do a cooking show, you can do a music video, you can do an interview. These are the things that people are doing right now, and so you can do that too. So, in conclusion, we're continuing the trend of increased participation this year. Our equipment use continues to grow. We see new locally focused programming being added to the channel every month. Our outreach efforts have quantifiably increased the number of participants and viewers. And as always, your media as the service provider is always striving to find new ways to better serve the city and the community.
Good report.
Excellent.
Thank you. Any questions?
Is the Fayetteville Public Access the ones that are recording the Gully Park summer series?
No,
Is
that's
that
the government channel.
Oh, it was the government, okay.
Yep, and they're doing a great job. They've kicked up the production quality on that significantly, including in-studio interviews with the musicians that they're working in. So I know that with the Groovement show that happened, they kind of forged that, they blazed into that new territory, and so those Gully Park concerts are wonderful.
Yeah.
They're a real asset. I would take this moment real quickly, since Doug's not here, to mention that Doug's doing a great job as the new Director of Media Services. It's a pleasure to work with him. His open-mindedness and his fresh perspective have just been amazing and have allowed us to continue to grow and succeed. He's been very supportive, and just working with the government channel in the building, we have a great working relationship at this point. It's a lot of fun at the Television Center. People come in happy to see everyone that's there, and it's just a really wonderful environment. So I can let you know that Doug, a couple months in now, is doing a great job. It's a pleasure to work for.
Good.
Excellent.
Any update on the Emmy nominations?
No.
No?
I mean, only that they were, that
Still-
they were nominated.
Yep. And then I know that he's got another series of recycled commercials in the works.
Recycle something's in the works. We did just receive some notification today, about an overall city award for y'all must have seen the conservation effort, with the invasive species and the greedy goats.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Government Channel did a really great, video on that. The award was not for the video, but for the program, so we're real proud of that, to be able to share that video in support of that program's success. They are branching out and doing more things.
And it brings programs like that to life
Yes,
for people.
I know.
Like they're being able to put the visuals with the thing
Mhm.
makes it so that people really connect with the programs that are happening. So it's fun to see the government channel producing more content just outside of meetings. There's a lot more.
I bet they're having more fun too.
They really are. But Doug really has the vision for that.
Yeah.
Doug knows, the things that are going to work, and then he activates his team and does some pretty amazing things. So I'm excited to see the programming that's going to come out of the government channel in the next several months. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. Great job, Dan. It seems like it's just getting better and better. You guys have a lot of momentum right now.
Thank you.
Congrats. Well, any announcements? Guess this meeting was kind of short and sweet then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right. Have a good night.